Okay, so now I'm taking you to the last topic of the chapter, trends in population growth. We have understood what is population density, what is population growth, the important topics related to it. Now we have to discuss what is the trend now seen in population growth? Is population growing rapidly, or is it growing rapidly all over the world? Or there are some different trends in some different countries. So if we see that population has been increasing very slowly in last 500 years. It increased to 10 times in 500 years, but it increased to 4 times in just 20th century. And 80 million people are added now every year. So the population is growing rapidly. Now, is it happening all over the world? Another trend is seen that it took more than 1 million years to become population to become 1 billion. This is also another trend. So that means it took very long time for population to reach a mark of 1 billion. But it took only 12 years for population to become from 5 billion to 6 billion. So 1 billion increase later was happened only in 12 years. Earlier it was happening in a million years, now it is happening only in 12 years. Also, it has been seen that developed countries take more time in population growth or doubling as compared to developing countries. So developing countries have got faster pace of population growth as compared to developed countries. This you have to learn which country has the highest population growth. A one marker can be expected, an MCQ question from here. Liberia has highest population growth, that is 8.2%, and Latvia and Lithuania have got lowest population growth rate, that is minus 1.08%. Okay, so remember this, it can be an MCQ question. Why population is growing? Because now there is an agricultural development. That means there is enough food. There is industrial revolution. That means enough jobs, enough work. Transportation, people can move very easily, take medical help very quickly. Sanitization, earlier people were dying because of small diseases, like even diarrhea could make people die. But now because of sanitation and medical facilities, people have longer life. With the help of biotechnology, we have got modified food growth rate, food availability is better. Information and computer technology and evolution, we get to know about so many things with the help of IT nowadays. So all the information and knowledge is available to us. Discovery of machines and medicines have also contributed because job opportunities and medical facilities are available. So this is the trend. Trend is different in different countries. What is the impact of population growth? If population grows so rapidly, then there will be depletion of resources. See, resources are not going to increase. Malthus once said that the earth is of one size and it will remain of one size. It will not increase in its size. But if population grows, then resources which are not going to increase, water, air, land is limited in size, but population is doubling. So the resources will be depleted. There will be spread of epidemics. You might have seen where the epidemic is spreading, where people are congested, where the density is high. People will live shorter life, reduce life expectancy. Increase in social crime rate will happen in shanty towns, in slums. A lot of crimes are happening. Health problems are going to happen because of lack of sanitation, water facility, pollution. Health problems are going to come. Lack of civic amenities in such areas, in slums of Dharavi or slums of Mexico, you will find that civic amenities like drinking water, toilets, safe living conditions is not there. So civic amenities are not available. And finally, the most important question of this chapter is the demographic transition theory. What is demographic transition theory? The word demography is related to the population and transition is the change. We have observed that all the countries of the world go through 3 stages of population change. What are these 3 stages? In the first stage, in most of the countries, birth rate was high, death rate was high. Since birth rate and death rate was high, population increase was slow because number of births and number of deaths were high, as medical facilities were not there, poverty was there, unemployment was there. But then comes the second stage in every country's life where birth rate remained high and grows higher and then rapidly goes down. But death rate falls more rapidly. This is the second stage of demographic transition where birth rate is high but death rate goes down. Then comes the third stage in every country's life where birth rate is also low and death rate is also low. See, if number of people born are high and number of dying are also high, population will not increase faster. It will remain stable. The overall number may be high, but overall increase is less. The graph will not go up. It will remain stable. But if death rate declines and birth rate remains high, then the increase of population is always more. I'll give you a rough figure here. Let's say birth rate in this stage is 20 per 1000, 20, okay, and death rate is also high, so let's assume death rate is 18. So 20 minus 18, the absolute increase is just 2 people, very less. Now again we are assuming same. 20 births are taking place while death rate has gone down. Death rate has gone to 10. So 20 births are taking place while 10 deaths are taking place. So absolute increase is 10. 20 children are born, 10 are dying. So 10 is the increase. Here what was the increase? 2. So here growth rate was low, but here the natural increase was high because birth rate was high. In the third stage, again death rate is also low, birth rate is also low. So let's assume birth rate is 10 per 1000 persons and death rate is 8. So what's the natural increase? 2. So here also the natural increase was 2. Here also natural increase was 2. What is the difference? Here the overall number was high. Here overall number was low. So see, 20, 18, 20, 10, 10, 8. These are just hypothetical numbers I'm giving you to understand demographic transition theory. So natural increase will be always high in the center stage. Now you see some of the countries like Bangladesh and some countries of Africa are still in the stage 1 where birth rate is high and death rate is high. Some countries, developing countries like India, are in the second stage. We have high birth rate but low death rate. I don't know after this pandemic what's going to happen. And some developed countries have reached the last stage. Neither their birth rate is high nor their death rate is high. So their population is quite stable. So this is called as first stage where birth rate is high and death rate is high. This is called the second stage where birth rate is high, death rate is low. This is called as the third stage where birth rate and death rate both are low. Alright, so this is all about this chapter. This theory is expected for 3 to 5 marks, and in last 15 years of question papers, you will find around 6 to 7 times a question has been asked from demographic transition theory. If you didn't understand, you can call me anytime, I'll explain you. So I hope you've understood the quick review of the chapter, and I'm posting an assignment also with it. Thank you.